Sandra, welcome to Stockholm, Sweden.
Thank you.
Very nice to have you here. You're one of the skiers skiing for J. Lindeberg. And yeah, we can just start with a quick introduction. So where are you from, and how come you ended up being a professional skier?
I'm from Austria, and I live in a small little village a little bit south of Salzburg, very close to resorts, which of course is mandatory if you're a skier. And I always was skiing, and I kind of like was running through all these kind of stages you do, especially growing up in Austria. Like I raced, and then I at some point wasn't fast enough, blew my ACL, started studying sport, but always kept skiing. And then when I've kind of like discovered the passion and that new challenge going off piste, and yeah, there I am skiing professional, chasing a powder.
And as you can see, and I told you before, I met your friend Evelina yesterday, so I promised to say hello from her. She was sorry you weren't here the same day. Yeah, so more than skiing and doing things on camera, you're doing a lot more. So you have your own like production company and
yeah, exactly. I founded Shades of Winter, and it exists now since 4 years. It's ski films featuring female action sport athletes, mainly skiing and surfing, and newly mountain biking. And it never really was anything planned. Like I said, I studied sports and I was a skier. So coming up with the idea of founding a platform to push and host female free ski athletes was really a passion project. And I'm super happy now that it evolved where it is. And so now I'm producing films. We're hosting ski camps for women only. We're going to Engelberg actually in December again. I just was there last week for a shoot with J. Lindeberg, and yeah, it's my heart project. So Shades of Winter and pushing it further.
Sounds amazing. Now being in Sweden, have you been here skiing before?
Yes, I have actually skied in Sweden, and I brought a clip from Abisko actually. We have been filming for our last project, Shades of Winter Between, in Abisko. Together with the late and fantastic Matilda Rappaport and Julia Mancuso, an alpine ski racer.
Cool.
So, and what really stays in my mind and memories is the amazing light we had while skiing in Sweden at almost midnight.
Cool.
So that was like at 10 p.m. And yeah, we had 12 days of great skiing, but also exploring the culture and going ice fishing and dog sledding and getting to know the people up there. And yeah, that was, I think I love Stockholm, but I tend to like skiing in Sweden even more. And I've skied in Åre, of course.
Okay, nice. That looks amazing. And when was this? Was it during the summer? Or?
No, that was actually in May. I think we were there like beginning of May, 2nd of May till mid-May.
Yeah.
And the light this time of the year is just so beautiful and amazing. And as I said, you start skiing at 9 p.m. and you continue skiing till 11. It's kind of unreal, but it's all these kind of pinkish and orange light, and it's fantastic. You have the feeling of like skiing directly into the sun, and the sun never sets. So
amazing.
yeah, that was a really cool trip. So
it looks great. Okay, but also skiing on big mountains like this, you tend to go on pretty steep hills. Have you ever like been in a big crash, or? I guess that has to happen as well. You don't always see it on the movies.
No,
but
of course. It's of course like skiing off piste and skiing steep lines comes with quite some risk, and we always try to avoid, of course, with good plannings. And the biggest danger everyone knows, of course, are avalanches. But you really try to prepare yourself. But what I wasn't prepared on this line was because it looks so perfect, right?
Yeah,
it looks so beautiful. And but I really was surprised because at the end of the line, and we'll see in a second, was that the snow really got like kind of super icy and hard underneath. It was like a 3 centimeter layer of powder, and then I just got out of balance and went for a little bit of a ride. That will stay in my memory as well. All good, I'm here, nothing really happened. I got away with a couple of bruises, but of course, big mountain skiing needs preparation. That's why we also work out and train our bodies and really try to stay in the moment anytime we do it.
Yeah, because this is always something you have to keep in mind doing this, I guess.
Exactly.
Okay, amazing.
Yeah.
But talking about preparation and stuff like that, when in the morning before you go out on the mountain, what do you think about, and what do you prepare in terms of maybe clothing and?
Yeah.
What do you always
pretty
bring?
much the first thing I do in the morning after in the bathroom, I'll put the coffee machine on. And at the same time, because women are multitasking, I'll check the weather report and check the latest AVI report. So that's pretty much my first things. And then, especially when I'm at home, I pick the resort I go to basically where the snow did come from or where it snowed the most. And a very good indicator always is to look at the wind. Because you don't want to go to high alpine stuff where the wind did its job, because wind is the biggest danger for avalanches. So that's one thing. And then picking up clothes, I really like to go on different layers, because then I can change during the day without changing the whole setup. So yeah, I love like base layers and then mid layers and then a good shell on the as an outerwear to really be prepared to any kind of conditions. I'll always have a puffer jacket with me, even in the backpack while wearing it, because yeah.
You never know what's going to happen.
No, you never know, and you might hike up and you start sweating, so you get rid of a layer, and then at the top of the mountain you are sweating and you feel like I want to have something cozy. So that's when it's really good. And with free skiing, you always have a backpack anyway, right? So that's easy. You can put in stuff.
You can use it, yeah.
And that's what I pretty much do every day.
Well, that's good, and some good tips for people going out on the mountain. Okay, so you skied in Sweden. I guess you skied in a lot of places, crazy places. I think you have another clip for us.
Yeah, I think we could look at a clip of Alaska, which we already do.
Yeah.
Alaska is for sure a very special place and the dream place for all skiers where you want to go. But it's the really special thing about skiing in Alaska is you can't really prepare. Like I always felt like I want to train more to go to Alaska, and then at some point you're like, I can't really train that in the Alps anymore, because you need to go there to see if you have what it takes to ski in Alaska. It's crazy, it's steeper, it's new challenges come along, you have to take care of that slough management, and everything is bigger than you think. So it's really a new kind of setup and a new mindset that is required when skiing in Alaska, and it's a big mental game as well. But of course, once you skied those lines, it's amazing and you always want to go back, and it's a fantastic place to really perform and really try to feel yourself as a skier.
Sounds amazing. And when was this filmed?
That was, I think, in 2014 or 15. And you really you have to think you get half of this spot where we are standing today and get dropped off on the helicopter, and you have to kind of put your skis on.
Yeah.
And get your poles ready and click into the ski bindings, and this would be a big spot, that would be a comfortable landing zone, but you sometimes have half of it, and then you have your skis and your backpacks, and really those are the moments when you really try to do nothing, really do everything one by one. You do nothing at the same time. There is everything step by step, brief for brief, and then it's such a relief feeling when you click into the binding, because I personally feel so much better when I have the skis back on.
Yeah.
Because then I can focus on what's coming up next, like the skiing. But putting the skis on, I always should I train back home in a chair, but no, it doesn't really make sense.
It looks crazy and amazing, and of course it's a lot of risk, but the result is pretty crazy and amazing.
But that's why we train in summer.
Yeah, exactly. So now we're heading into the winter, but what are you doing for the summer month, preparing for the season? How does the summer month look for you?
So differently, like sometimes I have summers where I go skiing and then it's New Zealand or Chile or Argentina, and then your month and time of preparation for winter is a little bit shorter and a little bit different because you have 2 seasons. But this season, for example, I stayed at home and focused on a lot of mountain biking and spending time in the mountains, and what I also did was hiking and running in my home mountains, and it's been very cool because I'm like, oh, I'm gonna ski here next in winter. How does it actually look like? And so this is a thing I really like to do, and with downhill mountain biking, it's so similar to skiing. I kind of got the same kind of flow and focus moments I needed for skiing because I was so focused on everything that's like 1 or 2 meters in front of me. So that's, I think, is a very good training, and of course with the uphill riding as well. And the closer the season comes, the more I work out in the gym as well. That normally for me starts in like September, October-ish. And then it's of course like classic workout exercises and different kind of stuff. Of course, my squats. I love doing squats.
Important to have strong legs, right?
Exactly, strong legs for me. It's of course you can put it from the aspect of like training, but for me it's also like that gives me confidence. If I know I trained and my body is ready, I have just a little more confidence when I'm out skiing. I know that I can take any turn at any time, and I can react to whatever comes up in the mountains. And I think that's also very important, at least for me and for my mindset, to be ready to really like go on bigger lines and stuff.
Yeah, so it's important to be prepared mentally as well.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, so now we're in the end of November, so season is coming up. So what's the plans for the winter?
So it's definitely time to confirm some plans. I am ready for another Shades of Winter project.
Yeah.
As said before, for me it's all about providing the platform for female athletes, and I'm working on different projects. It's a little bit too early to confirm 100%, but there will be some cool places we travel to, and Iceland is one, and the Alps are of course in it as well. And that's.
So let's see.
Let's
so
see, and hopefully talk next year about.
Yeah, hopefully, and we can recommend people to follow you on social media and see what's coming up for you the coming months. Super happy to have you here.
Thanks.
Lovely to talk to you, and we're going to stay here for a couple of minutes. If people want to come here, ask you questions or talk about the clothing. So thank you a lot for coming.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks.